Poor Murphy Brown. She can never get a break. 5 years ago, she got flack from former VP Dan Quayle for having a baby out of wedlock.
What I didn't like about Murphy Brown was the message that it was sending. And it was somewhat glorifying illegitimacy.
Now, once again, the feisty anchor of the fictional FYI is jangling the nerves of the politically correct, to the delight of Marvin Kittman, TV critic for New York's Newsday.
Murphy Brown is a unique character in television. She's a heroic woman.
This season, Murphy discovered she has breast cancer and must receive chemotherapy. On Wednesday night, Murphy ended up smoking marijuana to relieve the nausea from the treatments.
Usually when people smoke pot, they're only funny to themselves, but here I was laughing.
Kittman says the episode was handled extremely well.
I don't think that this episode glorifies the use of drugs any more than saying that the episode Murphy Brown is glorifying breast cancer.
But it did not sit well with the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency, who accused the show and CBS of doing a disservice. They issued a statement which says marijuana, quote, is not medicine and has no legitimate recognized medical use. More dangerously, the show sends the message to our children, marijuana must be okay because it's medicine. It may not legally be defined as medicine, but some do use the weed to relieve nausea and pain. In fact, there is still a government research program that supplies marijuana to a select group for a study program. George McMahon from Iowa is one of a very few who receives government-issued pot. He has a terminal genetic joint disease and smokes to relieve his muscle spasms.
I got it because I didn't want to die.
You're really hogging the joint.
So maybe Murphy did ruffle a few feathers, but the producers and star Candice Bergen seem to thrive on dealing with issues that are current and controversial.
This could be a sweep stunt, but I think for Candice Bergen, this was a very serious subject. She really put her neck on the line by doing breast cancer.
It's hard to avoid Jenny McCarthy these days. The former hostess of MTV's Singled Out was at Macy's department store in New York City Tuesday, lending her super sexy image to a 70s classic, Candy's shoes.
The whole 70s thing is really big lately, and I'm really glad. I'm really proud. Get the shoe, man. I polished my toenails.
Hundreds of fans lined up hoping to get an autograph. The first 200 were lucky enough to get their picture taken with Jenny.
Thanks, bye. Bye, cutie.
These days, the brassy ex-Playboy centerfold is keeping very busy. But there's always time to check out her singled-out replacement, Carmen Electra.
It's a hard job to do, you know, to rustle around 50 guys and 50 girls, so I think she's doing a good job.
But Jenny's career hasn't suffered since leaving the popular Singled Out. She recently signed a lucrative sitcom deal with NBC and is hosting her own MTV variety show that begins next month.
I've been working every day, 17 hours a day on this show, and it's kind of like Saturday Night Live meets Beavis and Butthead. So, you should like it.
Bea Arthur spent her final days here at her secluded gated home in this exclusive section of Brentwood. She was on a morphine drip to keep the pain from her long battle with cancer at bay. It also kept her asleep most of the time. Her two sons remained by her side, and they were with their mom when she finally passed away early Saturday morning.
Dorothy, can I borrow your mink stole?
It's Miami in June. Only cats are wearing fur.
Arthur's Golden Girls co-star Rue McClanahan is in mourning today. She spoke on the phone with our Megan Alexander.
I'll always miss that voice.
She says she's been worried about her good friend since the last time she saw her at the 2008 TV Land Awards. Bea Arthur was painfully thin and held onto her co-star's arm for support.
When I saw her last year, she was truly frail, very tiny. Very thin.
Bea Arthur is the second star from the Golden Girls to die. Last summer, Estelle Getty passed away. Arthur failed to show up at Getty's memorial service, and now we know she was in failing health. This was Bea Arthur's last public appearance. She looked thin but happy when she showed up at the TV Academy just 6 months ago to enjoy one final honor, induction into the Hall of Fame. Though Arthur lived her life in the public eye, friends say she wanted her passing kept private.
We can't have a memorial because she specifically does not want one.
Her other Golden Girls co-star, Betty White, is remembering her good friend. She released this statement: "I have dearly loved her for a very long time. How lucky I was to know her. a sentiment shared by everyone who knew this comic legend, whose husky, unforgettable voice made America laugh.
I remember driving down the street one day, and I get a phone call from Ryan, and he's like, "It's Ryan Seacrest." And I'm like, "It is not. It so is not." He's like, "No, it's Ryan." And I'm like, "Hey, Ryan, how you doing?" And he goes, "This show is going to be great. We're on board. Let's go." And that was it. That's all that we, had to hear, and we were so excited. Yeah, because you have a great group of people around you, and every single person on our crew is delicious. They're fabulous. So every day it's like really fun to get up and start working. It's fun. And it's not working, it's our life. I think it's a great story about a big family. We have 10 kids, so there's, 12 of us, basically. And when you have 10 kids, you have their friends and celebrations and parties and a lot of drama and a lot of, bickering going on and just the everyday craziness of trying to manage the stores. And I manage my husband and I manage Kim and, taking care of my family, and it's, nutty.
Yeah. I'm so into sequins. I was a little more hesitant about it just because I have a really crazy personality and I don't know how that could come across. But I think it's really fun and I love doing it with my family. I would never have done it if it wasn't with my sisters. But I think it's going to be really fun. And I don't know, we just kind of stick together and we try not to let, everyone's going to have an opinion. I try not to let that bother me. We're having fun and enjoying what we're doing. So
I think that's probably one of the main reasons I decided to do this show, because we get up every day, we're at the store, we have little sisters that we take to school, we're always, running around, our lifestyles are nonstop. And the party part is just, the fun part at the end of the day, and we always go out together. So it's kind of cool for people that think that of us, and to see that we really do have jobs, we really have so many things going on, not just the store. We're launching our website, we're starting a clothing line. She has 2 stores, probably going to open up another store. We have aspirations of opening up a men's store. There's so much going on.
I was cut off when I graduated college, and my dad was like, "You need to get a job, and you have a month, I'll help you find one, but then you have to, make money and support yourself."
I just think that it's actually probably harder. We did grow up with this privileged life, but knowing that at a certain age we're going to be cut off and we can't ask our parents for anything, and already having that lifestyle growing up, we want to maintain that. So it's probably even harder for us because a lot of people are doing nothing. And we were taught at a very young age that we're going to have to work and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, and whatever lifestyle we want, we have to make that on our own. So we wanted to keep that up, and we've done what we could, and we've all worked since we were about 16 years old.
We had a lot of respect for our parents, and they had a lot of respect for us. And I think that's also a reason why none of us are really rebellious. We could talk to them about anything because they respected anything we've said or any of our opinions or concerns. And I think that's really important, to hold your children in a high level of respect, just like
I said that in an interview before. We also had different morals. Like Saturday nights, we couldn't sleep out at our friend's house. We had to get up and go to church with our parents. Not a lot of kids were going to church. We had to go to church every Sunday. Everything was about family.
We're very family oriented, and I think that's also why you were saying why none of us have really gone to the direction of other people. I think because we're so close to one another, and if one of us ever gets a little crazy, we have someone else say, "Come back, go to the shallow end."
Chloe. Nice analogy.
Don't go to the deep end, Kim. Come back.
I'll try.
I love the big collar. It's so Burberry style.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think that the common denominator in our family is a lot of love. We're a really close family. We spend a lot of time together, but we also make our own mistakes. I mean, we're not perfect for sure. So there's a lot of things that we do that, maybe, because we're sort of new to that, media scene that, you just haven't heard about yet. But I think that for the most part, they're good kids, and, we're just doing the best we can.
Do you ever fight over guys, or do you guys have different
No.
tastes?
We have such different taste in guys.
But we're not jealous of each other. We don't fight over like competition. We're not competitive
Never.
sisters. We just fight over like clothes or I don't know, like really
Or just,
like
I want to go
stupid
here,
things.
and you like just the stupidest
Like the
things.
dumb. It doesn't mean anything.
I want to try it.
Kim is adorable. She's a really sweet girl inside and out. She doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, doesn't really do all that, but you don't judge a book by its cover. She's everybody's designated driver. So Kim is the one who kind of watches out for her sisters, you know, and the rest of us, you know, and she works hard. She goes home, she gets into bed, and she's up the next morning at 6 o'clock. So she definitely knows what it's like to put the hours in at work and still have a fun party life. I mean, she loves to go out with her friends, and she loves to go to the different, you know, hot Hollywood places. She's 26 years old, you know, so she has a good time, but I don't think she overdoes it, at least not yet.
Kim is like over the top glamorous. I think she's like a diva, but not like a can I say but like not like not like a witchy diva. She just likes like the best things in life, and I think it's amazing because she's always dressed up, always like zha, always has to make an entrance, late
Kim
for
is a
everything.
princess.
She definitely is a princess, but she's so sweet.
I like that.
I don't know, she has like the biggest heart, always really sweet. Sometimes she can be a little witchy, but it's not really, it doesn't last long.
It's like Courtney is kind of like emotionally cold, but she like is really sweet and like means well and stuff, but she just like, if you want to talk to her about a boyfriend problem, she just doesn't care because she doesn't have them, so she just doesn't think things are like a big deal. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, should I check his messages, and she'll just be like, you're crazy. Like, but Courtney's like really fun, and like, she like doesn't care about like.
She's not judgmental, which is always really good.
And Chloe will like throw me
Aggressive.
over her shoulder and
Very
like
aggressive.
run me down the street. Oh, I think I should get this, Chloe, don't you?
What?
Yeah, that is cute.
I have it.
This?
I got that. I love it.
But what do you think about all the attention that's been put on your behind?
On my butt? I think it's funny. You have to laugh about it. You know, I've always been curvy. I've never been one to think that stick skinny is attractive. So I embrace it.
I'm happy with myself.
I think Courtney loves being tiny and petite. She used to have a butt, and then she like was really tiny. You like lost a lot of weight.
I feel like I have a butt.
She still has a butt.
No, you do.
But
Chloe has
I
a
think
big
we're
butt,
all
too.
happy, and like I think we all fit like how we are, and like our personalities almost like fit what we look like too.
I went there today.
No way.
Bible.
For lunch?
I didn't eat.
Why?
I'm like been nauseous.
Who did you go with?
Rome.
Are you pregnant?
No.
What do you fight about?
Everything.
We fight, but like,
But one
I will
second
call them,
later.
like I could be like, you fat and then like we never say you're sorry. And we're like, oh
Just
my
like
God,
the
do you want to
next
go to the
time
Us
we talk,
Weekly
we're
party? We don't apologize. That's what sisters, it's like, I can never call one of my girlfriends a She'd be like never talk to me again. It's easy, like we could leave each other at a club and like no one cares. You're like, whatever, I'll figure it out.
I think we're all
Garth
really
and suck it out.
judgmental of ourselves when we
Which
see
everyone
each other.
is.
Yeah.
I feel like because when I see Court, I'm like, you look gorgeous, and then she'll be like, my nose, and I didn't see it. And
You don't really complain about your nose.
oh my God, she
that
called
much.
me the
No,
whole
I
day
don't.
talking about my nose is so wide, I need to contour it.
When?
On your way home when you were in Mom's car, when Mom drove
I
you home.
did?
Yes.
Who knew? I didn't even remember.